often celebrated as the summer solstice. And it got me to thinking that really there are two choices before us. Either we worship nature, or we worship the God who created them. You see, those are the two fundamental things. Either there is a God who created everything, or there is no God, and therefore we, in some way or form, worship the natural world. Whether it be David Attenborough in his programs extolling the virtues of the natural world, or even some form of nature worship that can be manifested in many ways. And in some ways, like the prophet Elijah on Mount Carmel, he set out a choice. You know, which God are you going to serve this day? Is it the God of Baal, the God of the nature worship, or is it the God who created the heavens and the earth? And week by week I come here and I try to give you evidence for believing that there is a God who created the heavens and the earth. It's not just a God of the Big Bang with evolution. I actually think if you were to start to look at the evidence from the James Webb Telescope, you'll begin to realize that the Big Bang Theory is seriously having problems because, as I suspected, the James Webb Telescope is producing images that confound the Big Bang Theory. If we go to the theory of evolution, we see that 1,200 scientists have now signed a website saying they do not think evolution explains the complexity of life. And the reason those 1,200 scientists have said that is because since 2000, we have now mapped the genetic code, and we now know the genetic code is not 96% junk DNA. It is 100% functional. It is the most amazingly well-designed thing in the universe. Even exceeds artificial intelligence. So, we have a very complex creation that demands that there is a creator. And that's why the Bible says we are without excuse. The creation demands that we should know there is a creator. One other piece of evidence the Bible would say tells us there's a creator. The creation that we see and observe around us has one particular quality. Its decay does not get better with age. There is scientifically called entropy. Everything decays with time. So, when Richard Dawkins says, well, give me enough time and anything is possible, Richard Dawkins is going against all scientific orthodoxy because he should know design doesn't come from time. Time destroys design. These buildings decay with time. Your car decays with time. And your body decays with time. And so does the genetic code decay with time. Professor John Sandford wrote a book, Genetic Entropy, which he spells this out very clearly. He did that in 2005. We're now 20 years on, and I was looking up Professor John Sandford on YouTube, and he said there is still no scientific reply to his argument because it's irrefutable. Design is destroyed by time. Therefore, from the Bible's perspective and God's perspective, we are without excuse. We know we live in a world of incredible design, and we know that design is decaying. We think we should know there is a creator who created this reason. Those two things are self-evident to anyone. There is a third piece of evidence that's recently turned up that tells us the old age paradigm of geology simply will not